Okay, we're here live with the Academy League Round 1 at High Speed Ring. I'm joined by my co-commentators, Toasty and Ads. How are you two guys doing today?
I'm doing good. Looking forward to this. The beginner and intermediate league here. It's what LRC is all about.
Yeah, I'm good. It should be an exciting race. Looking forward to it.
And Ads, you've been kind of absent for a little while. You've made your return to LRC now that you have your wheel. It's good to have you back. And Toasty as well. You've been like sick too, so it's good to have you both back, really.
Yeah, glad to be back. Glad to be racing a bit more often again now, which is definitely a good thing.
All right, so for those who are just joining us, the Academy League is our league that is aimed for intermediate and beginner drivers, so no aliens are allowed in this league. And then we have some special rules here for this particular league where the runners from the qualifying session, or the fastest runners of the qualifying session, have sort of a scaled ballast to equalize the field. So I think the fastest of the runners was Sunny B, and yet he's set with 100 kg ballast, and everything sort of scaled down from there. But it should provide a lot of good racing. It's a spec series, so we're using the Red Bull X 2014 Junior car, and it's been powered reduced essentially down to 80%, which is I think equal to 197 horsepower. So this car we've tested out a lot, and it provides a lot of really great racing. The handling is really good, and then there's the slipstream is pretty strong. So a lot to look forward to today.
And in terms of performance, we've kind of compared it to close to an F3 car. Minimum levels of downforce on it and a little bit less power. It makes sense to have the highest speed track, of course, High Speed Ring, be the first round, because like you said before, we're gonna have success ballast basically added on to each round.
Yeah.
So will that continue each week, like the ballast? So the winner of this week would get extra ballast next week, for example.
Yeah, that's correct. So to give you a little bit more insight into the format, so we do a 10-minute qualifying, which we're doing right now. There will be a 25-minute endurance race, and then the top three winners, the top three finishers of the first race, will get additional ballast added onto their car. So first place will get 20 kilograms of ballast added on, second will get 10, and then third place will get 5. And then race 2, the same thing will happen. So it's not just each round, it's each race there's an additional ballast that gets added. So I think by the time we get to the last race, there will probably be 9 different races where ballast has been added to the top 3. So there's going to be a lot of weight added to the cars over the course of the series.
And it should result in very different podiums each time. That's the hope.
Yeah.
So even with that extra...
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Even with that extra 100 kg, would you say Sunny's still the favourite for today then, or do you think that's going to affect him greatly?
It's really tough to tell. As it looks right now, Sunny B is currently in pole position, so I mean he might actually still be the favorite for today. But the ballast definitely has a huge effect on High Speed Ring. But I think where we've been seeing most of the time being made up is really in Sector 2, where you have turns 3 and 4, the S section. And it seems like the drivers that are going through there, kind of maintaining their speed through those 2 corners, have been really gaining the most time. So we will see as things play out today. But yeah, so far it does seem like Sunny B is seemed to be the favorite today.
I mean, we have seen occasionally in the past adding weight can sometimes give you a bit more balance to the car, but I think, on a track like this, it's probably going to affect you quite a lot, so it should make for an exciting race.
Yeah, I think with zero ballast, I wanted to set up the car so that it felt balanced from the get-go, and not have it so that adding ballast makes the car easier to exit out of the corner, or makes it easier to control the throttle. Like I wanted the car at the base setup to be pretty manageable from the start. So I think, in my opinion, when I tested this with ballast just makes the car heavier, it makes it harder to turn, makes it slower on the straights. So it's just strictly a disadvantage. And that was my thought process, kind of designing the kind of rules of the league. But I guess that gives us an opportunity to introduce our contestants. So speaking of, the positions right now, so Ollie Bali right now, not necessarily recent member, he's been with us for a couple months now, from the Netherlands, currently in first position right now. We got Token Timmy in second place. Sunny B currently sitting in third. We were just talking about Sunny B earlier about potentially being the favorite, but he has the largest amount of ballast at the moment. Flying Disc in fourth place. Kaido NASA also recently joined, new member. He joined about a couple weeks ago from like one of our league streams. I think it was the last round, actually. So welcome to Kaido on his debut race for LRC. B-Ship in 7th, or currently in 8th place. Trackhead, longtime LRC member, just jumps into 3rd place from, I think it was 8th. Thundermouse, also a debut for him at LRC League Racing. Cobra in 11th, Dinosaur currently sitting in 12th, and we got Neil in 13th.
Timmy's just off Ollie Bolly's time at the moment. Good to see Timmy doing very well in this, my ex-teammate, who showed huge improvements throughout the league season. So, be interested to see how well he does today.
Yeah, and Timmy, according to the results from the qualifying shootout, was in the bottom 5, so really good to see him up in second place at the moment. Seems like times have been just slowly improving as the session goes on. So Thundermouse now jumps up into first place right now, just by 1/10 of a second. This car there wiggling just a little bit, probably due to some lag, but hopefully that won't be an issue during the race. I think a lot of drivers too are getting a little bit of a benefit from a slipstream, depending on their position in the racetrack while they're doing their hot laps. So it's possible that some of these cars are getting, maybe a 10th here, a 10th there from just being simply behind a car. But to your point, Toasty, earlier, High Speed Ring is a very basic track to start off with, and I think I chose this track in particular as the first round, not just because the ballast differences are going to be more extreme, but it's also a good, almost like a warm-up round for these drivers to get used to the car, to get used to league racing, wheel to wheel, being next to each other, wheel to wheel, and just getting more comfortable in a more competitive setting, which is kind of like the whole purpose of the league in the first place.
Yeah, it is a nice and simple track, only 6 turns, I believe, so pretty straightforward in both a literal and figurative sense.
Track it there, just skimming the wall on turn 2. So turn 2 is probably one of the more technical aspects of this track, aside from turns 3 and 4. So turn 2 is an extremely banked turn, and we've discovered that the fastest way around turn 2 is just stick to the high line. But it can be a little tricky there as your tires start going, and if you understeer into the barrier, you can lose a lot of time, a lot of speed into that sort of third straight there, into the S's.
Yeah,
And this is the...
turns 2 and 6 both have progressive banking, I think it's called, which you don't really see outside of some oval tracks, but it's a feature here, so it's an interesting trait about the track, taking the high line around 2 and 6.
I think that's it now, isn't it? I was just going to say they're making their last lap, so last opportunity to try and put a final decent time down, but it looks like we're pretty much done for the qualifying, right?
It looks like Ollie Bali is going to be the last person to cross the finish line. Oh, never mind. Looks like he's now in the pits. And let's see here. So Rogue, I think, is the last person to cross the line.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he improved at all.
Okay, so as we wait for the countdown, since we have people in the pits at the moment. So we got Thunder Mouse in pole position, Ollie Bali in second just by a 10th, Trackhead in third place just also by a 10th, and then we have Token Timmy by half a 10th almost, so 500ths, and then Kaido by 600. So it's a really close field in the top 5, even the top 6. The War is only 13 thousandths of a second behind Kaido. Sunny B is half a 10th, so it's extremely close. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the full results set here. So I think it was War was in 6th place, and then we have Sunny B. Yeah, it was like just 16 thousandths of a second behind War. We have Flying Disc in 8th place, Bishop in 9th, and Rogue in 10th. So the top 10 are all within a half a second of each other. And then we got Cobra, Dinosaur, and Neil that are also within a half second of each other. So an insanely tight field today. It's going to be a really close race. We'll see how things plays out. We'll see how things play out as we go through the round. Sorry, Ads.
There should be some. That's all right. There should be some very interesting battles with such a tight sort of time between first and last. It's going to be hopefully a great race.
And it's a grid start too, so that's going to be something to look for with the ballast as well, the acceleration off the line.
All right, so I'm going to waiting for confirmation for everyone to run the race. I should probably make sure that that everyone knows that hards and softs are required.
It'll be interesting to see who starts on softs and tries to get a good start, or whether everyone saves the softs for their last stint and starts out on the hards.
Oh shoot! So Motsky needs to join.
Well, Mosky's in the lobby.
Yeah, but I don't think he can join in if this qualifying is already started.
I popped in to tell you that Motsky was here.
Yeah.
You kind of have to sort by host.
Yep. All right, so let me do that real quick. Let me make sure I get a screen cap though of the results real quick, just so that I don't lose everything. Luckily, I have all the settings set just for this scenario.
Nice.
Okay, so let's see here. We got Thundermouse in first. Oh, I have to wait till everyone is up. All right, so we got Thundermouse in first place, Ollie in second, Crackhead in third, the Token Timmy in fourth place, Fido in fifth, 4 in sixth, Sunny B seventh, Flying Disc in eighth. And then pull up my other screenshot. So B-Ship in 9th, Rogue in 10th. Let's see, Cobra in, wait, hold on. Cobra in 11th. Dinosaur, then Neil, then Motsky. All right, there we go. All right, so getting one more confirmation from our drivers to make sure they're ready to go. Oh, so Toasty, you were able to stay in the lobby then. That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so I won't need to share my screen then going forward, huh? That'll be nice.
Yeah, no need to refresh the share screen halfway through or anything.
Yeah. War says, want to change the course? I'm not good with that car. I'm in trouble with these tires. Thank you. I'm sorry, War. No chance. Here we have, I believe that is everyone.
A couple of the drivers were just testing out the hard tires and experiencing much less grip. Of course, the medium's not available. Only the racing softs and hards, so getting used to that step downward is going to be a challenge, well, for anyone.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention that earlier that the race, the drivers are required to run the soft compound at least one time and then the hard compound one time as well. So the soft compounds are going to go essentially dead very quickly. So we get started here, Thundermouse. Someone had like a
rough
false
start there on the left.
Thundermouse gets a good start. You got Ollie in second, Trackhead also good start. So we got them 3 wide though. So Token Timmy, Trackhead, and Ollie going 3 wide into turn 1. So turn 2 is going to be pretty tricky if they stay 3 wide. It looks like they don't, but it's going to be pretty chaotic. Hopefully everyone's going to come out of turn 2 safely. And Token Timmy takes the inside of Thundermouse into turn 2. Makes a clean pass to gain the lead of the race.
Wow, that was an unexpected move right there on the inside of turn 2. Made it work momentarily though. Thundermouse back ahead.
The pack's still staying very tight behind Thundermouse there, so
So Trackhead right behind Timmy at the moment, looking to take that second place. But yeah, there's tons of action going on right now. Like it's so hard to kind of fixate on any one thing going on at one time. So Flying Disc is 4th. I think that he maintains his 4th place spot. Ollie Bolly in 5th. Got Cobra right behind. Got a couple cars going side by side.
And Token Timmy now dropping down to 6th place. Must have had a poor exit out of the final corner there.
Oh, we're getting a little bit of contact over
Bit
there
of
towards
contact,
the end.
yeah.
Towards the end of the grid or the pack there, but looks like all is good. No incidents, no major incidents happening. So Cobra moving up into 4th place as they enter turn 3 and 4. Cobra's made his way up pretty like far up the pack from where he started. I think he started in what, 10th? 11th?
Yeah, 11th place.
Towards the back for sure, yeah. He's got Timmy riding his rear bumper at the moment, looking to take that place back, and he has, again, through the inside there.
So the softs are significantly faster than the hard compounds. So we're gonna see a lot of like, you know, mixed strategies coming in here, where the people on the soft compound tires are gonna be able to pass the people on the hard compound tires. But if you're starting on the softs, and if you have more ballast, the softs are gonna wear away much faster compared to those who don't have any ballast or have less ballast. But also, if you run your softs towards the end of the race where you have less fuel as well, that will make your softs last a little bit longer. So depending on whether or not you run them in your first stint or the last stint makes a pretty big difference.
So Trackhead moves up into the lead now. He set up the move nicely through turn 2 into turn 3, went around the outside. Now Flying Disc is joining the party here for the battle for the podium.
And Thundermouse sticks to the low line, trying to gain an advantage, but he is slow on the exit, and Flying Disc is now in that second position behind Trackhead. So Trackhead's currently running the soft tires. Flying Disc right now takes a look at the inside and takes the lead momentarily through turn 1.
Yeah, so these three up in front are all on the softs, and then Cobra back to Ollie, I believe, are on the hard tires. It looks like two kind of packs forming there.
You can see Trackhead there backing off slightly and behind Thundermouse to give him some space entering turn 3 and 4. Getting a slightly better exit out of turn 4 to get the run on him into turn 5 and 6.
Starting to create a large gap between these front three and everyone else behind. They're starting to pull away from the rest of the pack.
Yeah, so I saw earlier that the front three are running soft compound tires, so I think they're going to gain an advantage early on, but they're fighting back and forth, so it might not be ideal. They might be, wasting their tires away a little bit faster than they want. And I think these cars... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, Trackhead seems to have lost quite a lot of his front right already. I think that's where everyone's losing their tyre grip already. You can see even on the hards there, for example, Cobra's is nearly halfway down on that front right.
And Trackhead looks like he actually has more tyre than the first and second right now.
Oh no, it looks like someone spun out there in turn 3 and 4.
Oh, it's Neil.
Oh yeah, that was unfortunate. I think he lost a
Yeah,
little
it
bit
was-
of control.
He was right at the front of that hard tire pack, battling for 4th place for a while there.
Must have been an incident or something, because War is sitting at 13th right now, and Rogue is in 14th at the moment. So I'm not sure what happened there, but yeah, maybe we'll see it once the drivers report incidents towards the end of the race. So any incidents that do occur in these league races will be reviewed after the race is done, and any sort of adjustments in position will be applied accordingly.
A little bit sketchy exit there for Disc. Nearly lost his back end. Oh, his back right tire is completely gone.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah,
like 6 laps is the limit here for the softs.
Trackhead there, almost riding the outside of the wall to stay on. Okay, so all 3 cars, all 3 leaders are going in. So that makes Cobra will be able to take over the net lead for now. I do think that there is a little bit of time to be had even when your right tires are all the way red when you're on the softs, because you do gain a little bit of time in the S's, or in the S, I guess it's just one S, because you have some soft tires still alive on the left side of your car. You can kind of take that turn a little bit faster than you would with the hard tires, but there certainly is a crossover point where you just need to take those soft tires off and switch to the hards.
Of the 3 of them coming out of the pits, there's a short pit stop, and they're still right on top of each other there, going into turn 2. Oh, that battle's gonna go all the way to the end, I can imagine.
Oh, Token Timmy there getting really squirrely on the exit of turn 4. It seems to be a common place for people to start losing the back end of their car once their tires are starting to go away, but
Oh, yeah. Fortunately, he held it there. He caught some of the grass.
I think it was Bishop in the background there dove into the pits. Yep.
Bishop bringing those soft tires 7 laps then?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like 7
Yeah.
laps, yeah. Oh my god, this is such a close train. All very clean through turn 2. Just to say that Motsky
Commentator's curse.
starts losing his back end and kind of bumps into Ollie. Luckily, there's no major incident from that contact.
I think Motsky might be trying to bring those soft tires a bit too long.
Yeah.
On the 8th lap now, and there's just nothing left.
Yeah, and you can see that again. He starts losing the back end in turn 4, where that the rear tire really needs to be, digging into the ground at that point. But if you've worn that tire all the way down, you just don't have any grip. I expect Sunny B to pit this lap. Yep, as he dives into the pits. Yep. So back with the pack that pitted early, we got Flying Disc currently side by side with Thundermouse. It's just been a constant battle back and forth this entire race so far between these 3.
Yeah, the 3 of them have really stuck together. I don't think they're too concerned about losing time with their battling right now. I think they're just too focused on trying to be in the front of this trio.
Thundermouse there taking the low line and slotting in between Flying Disc and Trackhead. Now finds himself on the outside of turn 3, and Trackhead is able to take that 8th position. And Thundermouse is able to take it back with the undercut into turn 4, but Trackhead comes back to him out of the exit of turn 4. Back at the top of the pack, we got Token Timmy about half a second behind Cobra, and still there's, what, 5 cars within maybe a second of each other, so some intense racing going on right now.
Yeah, it is within a second. Going to around turn 1 again, the long left-hander.
Ollie Bolly decides to stay down on the low line in turn 1. Token Timmy and Cobra get into turn 2 side by side. Timmy takes the lead. There's a little bit of contact there, but nothing too bad. And Kaido on his debut. Sorry, go ahead.
He's really making the low line on the progressive banking work somehow.
Yeah, and it's surprising because oftentimes, like, if you take that low line with too much speed, you just understeer so much in the mid corner. You just kind of like understeer out and eventually just hit either the car that's on your outside or the barrier. So he's able to make it work. I was saying earlier, Kaido's stuck with the pack too. He's on his debut race, doing really well. He was just on the inside, I think it was Ollie Bolly earlier, and constantly fighting for this like overall 3rd position, it seems. Or 2nd position, it seems.
So we're 13 and a bit minutes in. I wonder if the drivers are going to have to take 2 pit stops for tires here. The softs only lasting at most 7.
Yeah, that's
Going
right.
into this race, I didn't think many drivers would have to take 2 stops, especially because they have enough fuel for the race.
No, I think by the time the Racing Hards gets down to 100% red, I think they'll be able to switch to their soft tires and go the rest of the race. At least that's when we were testing. That was certainly possible, and I think taking another pit stop might end up being, too much of a time sink. But I think we'll see how this plays out. I think it might be too much of a time inefficient to take another pit stop.
Yeah, we're gonna have to be on the lookout for drivers who've been conserving their tires with that in mind.
Cobra's just jumped back into the pits there. Or is that his first pit stop?
I think it's his first pit stop, yeah.
Right.
So Cobra pits, and I think, let's see, I wonder what compound he'll choose. So in this race, again, the softs and the hards are required to run at least once.
Another set of hard tires. Well, hopefully that wasn't a mistake by the pit crew there.
It's easily done as well. The amount of times I've gone into the pits and hit the button too quickly and not even changed the tires.
I've done that with fuel once, and just it's even worse because you gotta go a whole lap around the track with no fuel.
Yep.
At like 50 kilometers an hour.
And an extra pit stop.
Yeah, and then an extra pit stop. Yeah. All right, so Token Timmy right now with the net lead. I think he started with the hards. He's diving into the pits. Now to change over, let's see if he goes for the softs. Sunny B decides to stay out. Ollie Bali takes a quick peek at the inside there into turn 2 behind Sunny B, but isn't able to make anything of it. And fancy seeing both of our drivers that qualified at the top. So Sunny B qualified first in the qualifying shootout, and Ollie Bali qualified second. So Sunny B right now currently sitting with 100 kg of ballast on his car. Ollie Bali has about, I think he has 69 kg on his car.
We'll see if Ollie decides to go another lap here. His front right tire is pretty much, well, it is gone. Yep, dives into the pits. Probably for the set of softs that he needs.
So it looks like Dinosaur. Yeah, Dinosaur is also jumping into the pits. So that puts Thundermouse back up into first place with the first 3 cars that we started the race with.
I don't know if we caught this before, but Thundermouse is on a second set of soft tires.
Okay. Let's see. So Thundermouse, yeah, he's on a set of softs. Flying Disc is on a set of hards. And then Trackhead is also on a set of hards. So it's possible that Flying Disc and Trackhead are going to try to go, it looks like they're going to go the rest of this race actually on their hard tires. And I think Thundermouse is going to have to pit another time just simply because of the race restriction. So that'll put him out of contention for first place, unfortunately. That's assuming he stays with them, but if he pulls ahead and is able to make the time difference, then certainly could be back into contention.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing to do on a track like this. It's really the slipstream brings him back in.
Yeah.
Into range from such a far distance out. Which is often the case with low power cars.
Flying Disc taking the inside line next to Thundermouse into turn 2. Takes the low line. Makes it stick, yep. But he's got Thundermouse on the outside now of turn 3. He's going to have to defend. And Trackhead also there sitting patiently waiting to pounce. And you can just see how the right side of Thundermouse's car causes his car to understeer in turn 4 pretty drastically.
I thought Trackhead was going to lose it there between the transition to 3 to 4. He got very sideways and he had to take a very wide entry into turn 4. Kept it out of the barrier there though.
So we got Bishop kind of like in no man's land right now. He's running in 4th place with his hard tires at the moment. Kaido NASA in 5th place. And Token Timmy right behind, both on the softs, probably looking to take those to the end as well. So Cobra currently...
With Thundermouse having to pit again for the tires, Bishop is basically in a podium spot right now.
That's right, yeah. So Cobra and Ollie Bali right now currently racing for 7th position. Dinosaur and Sunny B also are in a battle. It's kind of like these really small groups throughout the entire race. And again, like you're talking about before, you kind of just get grouped into these little small trains because as soon as you get into the slipstream of someone, you can stay there pretty well.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the distribution of ballast is like in relation to these pairs, these little groups that have been going on. Whether it's similar. Thundermouse is going to run out of tires on this lap. Maybe in the next corner.
It's also possible for him to just run them towards all the way to the end. Oh, we got a little bit of contact there
Oh, yeah.
at the exit of turn 2. Again, though, luckily no incident occurring between the cars. This is a pretty crucial moment for I was gonna say it was a pretty crucial moment for Thundermouse, because I was gonna say that he needs to nurse those tires to the end, but I forgot that he needs to switch to the hard compound as per the
Right.
race regulations. So, and it looks like Token Timmy has caught up to Bishop. Bishop at the moment taking the inside line, relatively slow going out of turn 4. So maybe he had a spin there or something. Quickly tucks behind Kaido to maintain his speed down the straight in that slipstream.
That's Timmy's made his way up. He was behind both Bishop and Kaito just a couple of laps ago, wasn't he? And he's now holding the fastest lap as well.
Yeah, Token Timmy definitely showing a lot of pace today. He's one of, I think, 3 or 4 cars in the race that have no ballast, so he certainly has an advantage at the moment. But that does not take away his performance today so far. He's been doing an excellent job in 4th place right now. So Ollie Bali currently sitting in no man's land. We got Sunny Bee and Dinosaur in a pack.
Probably only 2 laps left for the top 3 spots here. Wonder if Thundermouse just doesn't realize he has to have a set of hard tires on for the race, or made a mistake. Oh, contact there in the entry of turn 2. Trackhead was wanting Thundermouse to go a bit quicker through there.
Yeah, it's certainly possible it was just an honest mistake. Could have been maybe he just misclicked to the wrong compound of tires, and maybe he's just not aware of the regulation. Could be multiple things, but it's unfortunate because it's going to really impact his race. It's probably going to put him in last because it adds a whole minute to your time. Or I think it adds a minute.
You can see like the guys at the back who were almost a minute behind everyone else have cut that ride down by about 20 seconds now as well. So the pack's actually been closing up throughout the whole race, although with the little groups forming, I think it's going to be impossible to sort of make many positions up apart from where you are and the group you're within.
Yeah. And with that being said, Thundermouse does dive into the pits, and it looks like Ollie Bali and Token Timmy cross the line. So Fine Disc, Trackhead, Kaido, Bishop, and Thundermouse get one more lap.
So Thundermouse definitely aware of the tire restrictions there. Left it until the very, very last minute. Just doing 1 lap at the end on the hard tires.
That's so funny.
Was there a minimum lap requirement, or
there isn't? So I should have added one, but he kind of lucked out there because they all crossed the line at like right at the end, and Thundermouse was able to get an extra lap in, whereas everyone else doesn't, and so he kind of just gets that last lap for free in 5th place. So Fine Disc crosses the line here. Oh yeah, crosses the line in 1st place. Trackhead in 2nd. Kaido coming up with a third place finish. So something happened to Token Timmy. I don't know what happened to Token Timmy. Might have to like go back and see.
He
What
had
happened there?
a rough turn 2 at a 2.5 second penalty at the serve.
2-second penalty. Okay.
Such a
That
shame. He
must
had
be
such
it.
a good race.
Wow. What an opening race.
That was wild. There's a lot of
Yeah.
passing going on, a lot of fighting. It's crazy. So let's take a look at the results
Disc
one more
making
time.
up 7 places for first position there. It's incredible.
All right, so Flying Disc takes the first Academy Racing win by only half a second. Trackhead takes second place, and Kaido with the podium finish on his debut. So great performance there by our top 3. B-Ship in 4th, Thundermouse in 5th, lucking out on that last lap there on the pit stop. Ollie Bolly in 6th place, Token Timmy in 7th, Sunny B in 8th, Dinosaur in 9th place, War rounding out the top 10. We got Cobra in 11th, Neil in 12th, Mosky in 13th, and Rogue in 14th. Like at any point in time, it looked like any of the drivers in the mid pack could have been like the winners of the race. So it was like really crazy seeing like it all play out towards the end. And Tokitemi took the fastest lap, so props to him. Although for this series, I don't think I'm doing fast lap. It's just straight up like 15 points for first place, 14 for second, 13 for third, and so on.
Yeah, I
But-
don't think it would make sense to have a fastest lap point with the ballast rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So I'm going to quickly just add in the results into the spreadsheet so that we have them. But before I do that, let me make sure I communicate the ballast changes. So it is 20 kg for Flying Disc. Say add 20 kg. See
It'd be
here.
really cool to see how these changes affect the drivers here in real time, basically.
Yep.
How is the second race the same duration?
Yeah, the second race is the exact same duration. So then Kaido gets 5.
No thanks, he says.
All right, so I got to save the replay. And then let me just enter these results real quick into my spreadsheet. So we got them. Go Flying Disc first, Trackhead in second, Kaido third, B-Ship 4th, Thundermouse 5, Lightbally is in 6th, Token Timmy, Sunny B. So based off of what we've seen so far, do you guys think that the results are going to be relatively the same, even with a reverse grid, or how do you think this is going to play out?
I think with the addition of ballast, it's really hard to tell. I think it could be anyone's race, to be honest. And I think not having any ballast at all is going to be hugely beneficial. So I think the winner could be literally anyone in the group.
Yeah, those are my thoughts as well.
All right, so I got to set up the grid for the next race. Toasty, could you do me a favor and read the grid results in reverse order?
Sure.
You can.
So we got Rogue will be in first.
Okay.
And then Motsky and Neil
Motsky, Neil.
Then we have Cobra and War.
All right, let me get Neil in first. Cobra.
Dino. Oh, you got Cobra and War.
War. Yep.
Eagle. Yep.
And then
we
Dino.
have Dinosaur and Sunny.
Okay.
And then Token Timmy and Ollie.
All right.
Thundermouse, Bishop.
And a mouse bishop. All right.
And then Kaito, Trackhead.
Crackhead and Flying
Flying
Disc. All right. Grid is set.
Wonder if any of the drivers are gonna swap their strategy here.
Yeah, I think I should have clarified before that you need to have maybe at least a couple laps with each compound, but it's okay. We'll let Thundermouse get away with that one.
I don't think he'll go for that same strategy again though, because I think he's probably didn't expect to lose so many places. I think he was sort of hopefully planning to get a lead with the 2 sets of stops that would have been enough to allow him that extra pit stop. But with the slipstream playing such a huge part, I just don't think that's possible. So I expect we're going to see a different strategy, more similar to everyone else from Thundermouse this race, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I don't know.
I guess what I meant was more starting on the softs versus the hards, or vice versa. We'll see. It looks like Rogue is starting on the hards as well as Motsky, so a hard tire front row there. Rogue is on the left side of the screen, Motsky on the right.
So the lights are on, and we're green to go. So Rogue gets a good start, and looks like Motsky also gets a good start. Everyone kind of seems to be in their positions that they started from. It's surprising though, because like if you have more ballast, you definitely get a very, very slow start on the grid. So the first 5 cars look like they're still relatively in the same position they started. Rogue takes still in the lead. Motsky coming very close behind. There's like a tight train with Motsky in second, third, and fourth. I'll get through the turn 2 very cleanly. And it's a super tight field going into turn 4 and 5. A little bit of contact between Neil and Token Timmy. Token Timmy takes the inside.
Yeah, we had 2 rows of 3 wide going into turn 3.
Yeah, it's wild. And it looks like a Formula 1 race with all these cars so close together in the opening lap and not having any incidents. It's crazy. Oh, so there's a little bit of contact there, and oh no, Token Timmy gets turned around, and Cobra, I think, too, and no, Cobra survives, so it was Ollie Bally, I think, and Token Timmy. Oh no, Token Timmy has left the room.
Guys are tired of the car, unfortunately.
That'll definitely be something that will be reviewed after the race.
So
I hope he didn't like accidentally
in...
leave the lobby. We'll see.
Yeah. Rogue's still in the lead then. Neil, though,
no.
on the inside.
I think that was... I don't know who that was.
I don't know if the yellow flag
that was
still
War
out
Eagle.
or not.
So that was War, who spun out in turn 2.
And Rogue had a big slide through turn 3. Had to save the car and ended up back into 7th place now.
Oh, in the background, you see Trackhead losing the back end of his car, almost turning into Flying Disc on the exit of turn 6. So the opening laps of this race certainly much different from race 1. A lot more contact, it seems. Although we didn't catch the contact that happened in race 1, there was a little bit of something going on because Rogue ended up dropping to the back of the pack in race 1, so we didn't catch what happened there.
It's a little bit more feisty, this race, certainly.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's it. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say they're getting their elbows out in turn 2 now that they're feeling a little bit more comfortable racing side by side.
I wonder if that's sort of the mentality if people felt they didn't quite live up to their expectations in the first race and sort of pushing for that little bit extra, but got to be careful when doing that.
Yeah, part of it might be the reverse grid as well.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always a difficult start to a race. So we were talking earlier about drivers maybe swapping their strategies from race 1 to race 2. Thundermouse currently on the hard tires, so doing the opposite, of course, than the first race. It looks like Neil out in first, 4.3 second gap, the biggest we've seen of a lead on this track so far. Neil on the soft tires, of course.
I think it's a good strategy if you're out in the front to go to the softs to get clear of the pack to try to make as much time as possible. Otherwise, you kind of get caught in these battles and it just slows you down, you know, up to a second per lap. So Neil is going to keep making gains as everyone else in this huge train from essentially 2nd to 8th place, almost 10th place, keep fighting for positions.
Yeah, that's the hard part, is creating that gap so you can make that advantage. Broke the slipstream quite early on, probably from taking advantage of a lot of the chaos that was happening.
Yeah, Neil has a decent amount of ballast on his car. I think he has like 50 kg or something like that. So it's not like he's easily pulling away. It's certainly all the battling that's happening that's allowing him to gain that time. And as these cars continue to battle for position, they're going to eat away at their tires much quicker. So Neil looking like in a really good spot in terms of both pace and tire wear.
That lead's increasing all the time. It was 4 and a bit seconds now, nearly 7 seconds ahead of Sunny V and Thundermouse.
It's going on to the pits already.
Yeah, it's pretty early.
I wonder if he's trying a 2-stop. Push as hard as he can for 5 laps. Onto the hard tires.
Oh man,
I don't know.
You heard Cobra just going through turn 1 and just clipping the wall there as he passes the camera. It's an absolutely insane shot there. The Trackhead still fighting, I think it was Flying Disc into turn 3. Flying Disc taking a quick peek into turn 4. Is unable to get a good exit though. Takes 4 kind of shallow. loses out on a little bit of time against Trackhead, and Trackhead is now up against Sunny B's rear spoiler.
It's a bit too close to the wall that time for Cobra. Picks up a 1.5 second penalty from scraping the barrier.
Looks like we might go 3 wide into turn 2. Flying Disc thinking a little bit better of it.
Yeah. I thought he was going to split the difference through the middle of them there, but the gap just closed on him. But he does manage to get himself up into the lead now.
You can see the car struggling on the right tires into turn 4. That's where a lot of the wear happens. But he's able to keep control of the car despite the 2 right tires being completely dead. Find is currently on the softs though, and Thunder Mouse and Sunny B on the hard tires, and Motsky as well.
I guess he's confident enough in the grip on the car to go another lap there. On to lap 8 with the right tires gone. Flying Disc can keep the car pointed in the right direction through this corner here. And it looks like he does.
Oh, but that's Thunder Mouse behind him. Was that just a lack of grip, or was there contact there?
I think it was a lack of grip. Well, it looked like, I think he slightly touched the wall on the outside of turn 4, and it kind of made his car over-rotate a little bit as he was exiting.
That's Disc staying out, Flying Disc staying out for another lap on the softs there. But, I mean, based on that last lap, it looks like he's got the car under decent control, even with no grip on that right-hand side at all.
Yeah.
So Neil, who was our previous race leader, is now currently sitting in 6th place on the hard tires. And he's got a 5-second gap ahead of Kaito at the moment, and then Trackhead is about half a second behind him. So we'll see how Neil comes out, or sorry, when Flying Disc pits, we'll see where he stands compared to Neil, because they're on the same strategy, and we'll see if it was worth Flying Disc staying out on those worn soft tires, excuse me, for a few extra laps.
That Flying Disc was really sliding through the S section this time. On into the pits.
So Neil making his way around turn 6. And Flying Disc still in the pits. Looks like he probably won't be out for another few seconds. So Neil then makes his way past Flying Disc about a couple seconds, looks like 3 to 4 seconds ahead of Flying Disc.
And so does Kaito up into 6th. We'll see if Trackhead will also be able to make it past. Maybe a late move into turn 2 here. Oh.
this is becoming quite a familiar battle between Trackhead and Flying Disc.
Yeah, it seems like they've been just with each other the entire round so far. Can't escape each other's presence or slipstream. So a little bit further down, we have B-Ship right now trying to maintain the lead over Thundermouse, who is currently on the softs. And they have War Eagle following shortly behind. So War Eagle, despite that spin earlier, was able to make up some ground and find his way back into the pack.
It looks like in both rounds so far it's been something of a recovery drive for War, although I'm not sure what happened in the first round, but it definitely looks like there was an incident that affected a few people, and I believe he was one of them. And we saw him get affected at the beginning of this one, so it's again a recovery drive for War. But he's doing well, he's making his way back up.
Oh, just makes contact with the wall there, but car stays okay, and he makes his way around Thundermouse into 9th position. B-Ship there taking turn 3 a little wide, and has compromised his turn into turn 4. And War Eagle is still currently battling that out with Thundermouse, who retakes 9th position on those soft tires. And Cobra there looking to make almost like get his nose in there on the outside of War Eagle on the turn 6.
So it looks like the gap to first place for Neil is under 16 seconds now. Sunny and Dino yet to pit, of course.
So yeah, looks like Neil maintains the net first place. Oh no. Ward spins out again. He's having a lot of trouble with turn 2, it seems. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's not having much luck today.
So Flying Disc and Trackhead have made their way. So Kaido actually is diving into the pits again. Or maybe that's his first pit stop.
I think that's the first stop for him, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the first stop for him. So Flying Disc and Trackhead are behind Neil at the moment, who's currently in the net lead. Sunny B, about 10 seconds in front of Dinosaur, still has to pit. Although those hard tires are looking pretty good for him. He still has a decent amount of life in them. Same with Dinosaur.
So Sunny's pitting now for the soft tires. I would imagine for the softs. And Dinosaur is also pitting.
So Neil retakes the lead. And Sunny B actually is not too far behind. He's exiting the pits, and he's got the soft tires. So Sunny B is going to be able to make a run for the podium.
Yeah, I'll have to get past Trackhead and Flying Disc first, though.
Yeah. But seeing as he has fresh soft tires, and Sunny B and Flying Disc are currently on the hard tires, he should be able to make this work as long as he can keep those soft tires alive to the end of the race. Trackhead, they're going wide into turn 4, giving Sunny B the opportunity to really tuck into the slipstream going into the final turn. Sunny B elects to bump draft Trackhead to get them to catch up to Flying Disc. Oh, and he dives into the inside to turn 1 and takes that 3rd position. That's a smart move by him to make the pass on the straight, seeing that he has more grip into turn 2 with those soft tires.
Yeah, that slipstream there really helping his speed. Almost 3/10 fastest per sector.
Looks
And
like he made up
6/10
another,
sector too, yeah.
Yep. Oh, and you can see Neil up there, like not too far away from Flying Disc in the lead. Only 2 seconds ahead of Flying Disc and Sunny B. So Sunny B is going to have an opportunity here to win the race. And again, it kind of hinges on the fact if he can keep his soft tires alive and until the end of the race. There's still 5 minutes left.
Yeah, it should be 4 or 5 laps, including this one.
Yep. That gap is closing between Neil and Disc and Sunny B, so this should make for an exciting finale.
Well, that was close.
Yeah,
Through
Sunny
turn
B
3
takes
there.
the inside. Yeah, they're maybe like less than a foot next to each other, exiting turn 3 into turn 4, and Sunny B makes a smooth pass. And now he chases down Neil for the win here.
Trackhead had to serve a penalty from scraping the wall on the outside of 2, so it's dropping places, unfortunately. Back at the front though, Sunny is well into the slipstream now of Neil.
All right, so Sunny B takes the outside line going into turn 3. With that soft tire, he's going to keep the car on the outside and take the inside to turn 4. Or just go ahead and make the pass into turn 3
Oh, that was
before
nice.
turn 4 even happens. Yeah, very smooth pass by Sunny B. All right, so that's one thing to take the lead in this race. It's another thing to keep it. So he's going to have to keep the cars behind him for the rest of the race.
Gained quite a bit of time through turn 6. Wonder if that'll keep Neil and Flying Disc out of the slipstream there.
It looks like Flying Disc has made his way up into 2nd. Oh no, Neil's back into 2nd.
Yeah, they're going side by side through turn 1. I think, the more these two fight, the the better it is for Sunny B to maintain his lead.
Yeah.
And they continue side by side into turn 2. That's going to slow both of them down quite a bit. Maybe not Neil, not so much, but Flying Disc, yeah, certainly taking that inside line, you get a terrible exit. And you can see the distance open up there between Flying Disc and Neil just after that attempted pass on the inside. Oh, and almost loses the car at the exit of turn 3. Keeps it under control.
Might have gotten his tires a bit dirty going on the inside line there. A lot of marbles at the bottom of the track there. The gap to Sunny now 2.5 seconds. There should be one more lap after this one, I think. Total of 20.
Has Sunny's taken the lead from Neil? Or was Sunny... No, was it Neil and Flying Disc who were battling, or was it Flying Disc and Sunny?
It was Neil and Flying Disc that were battling for second place.
Right.
And then Kaido takes 8th place from Bishop down the street. A great pass by Kaido ahead of turn 2. And so Sunny B able to extend his lead just by a little bit more. He's looking pretty good towards the end of this race.
I think that battle between Neil and Flying Disc has both sort of cost them a chance at the win there, rather than using each other to catch up. They've been sort of battling for that second position, and Sunny's just been increasing that lead the whole time.
Yeah, they're certainly going to have to bump draft each other to even get a glimpse of a chance to do that, to potentially win. But Flying Disc now, the game, it's now every man for himself. Flying Disc is going for that second position. Trackhead crosses the finish line in 5th place as the clock passes 25 minutes. So Sunny B looking quite comfortable in the lead, but the battle here now is for second place. Flying Disc and Neil exiting out of turn 2. Flying Disc able to take that second position.
Kaito putting down the fastest lap towards the end here.
Motsky putting in a good 4th place so far. He's guaranteed that 4th place now that Trackhead has already crossed the finish line. It's going to be a close one. So Sunny B making his way around turn 6 for one last time. Epic drive by Sunny B. Great strategy. He managed to take the win. And it looks like Flying Disc is going to barely keep it in front of Neil into the end. Yep. And Motsky finishes in 4th place. So really great battle overall. And congratulations
See, the yellow
to
flag
Sunny
came
B.
out at the end there, so I don't know if there was still people on the track to actually have an incident. I thought nearly everyone except for the top 4 had finished. But,
yeah, I think someone at the finish
race
line.
from Sunny B.
I think someone at the finish line was doing donuts or something, so I think that could have been it. All right, so taking a look at the results and me typing them in while we look over them. Looks like Sunny B with the win here. Let me add that. Let me open up my spreadsheet real quick. So Sunny B takes 1st place. We got Flying Disc in 2nd. And then Neil in 3rd place to finish up our podium. Motsky with an excellent drive to get 4th place. Trackhead with a solid 5th. Thundermouse in 6th. Bishop in 7th. And then Kaido in 8th. Overall, pretty great drive by our top 8. Dinosaur in 9th. Cobra in 10th. Rogue Nipra in 11th. Ollie 12th. And then we have War and Token Timmy in 13th and 14th. So let me just add those two for them.
This is a reminder.
All right, so if we take a look at the standings here, let me just pull up the standings on the stream. So Flying Disc, as it stands, the provisional race results is currently in first place in the standings with 29 points. In the next race, Flying Disc will take another 20 kg of ballast. Or no, sorry, that wasn't kg. Sunny Bee will take another 20 kg of ballast. But Flying Disc in first in the standings right now with 29 points. Trackhead in second place with 25. Sunny Bee with 23. And then we have a three-way tie with Bishop, Kaido, and Thundermouse, all with 21 points. Neil in 7th with 17. Motsuki in 8th with 15. Ollie Bolly in 9th with 14, tied with Dinosaur. And then we have a tie between Cobra and Token Timmy, sitting at 11 points. War in 9th, and then Rogue Nipra in War in 13th with 9 points, and then Rogue in 14th with 7 points. So really tight field overall, really tight standings, and it's interesting seeing the ballast too alongside the points in the standings. So even though Flying Disc is in first, he also has an 86 kg of ballast, and Sunny Bee is third in the standings, and he's got 120. So pretty interesting distribution of ballast in the standings. So yeah, with that being said, Toasty, do you have anything to add, or any comments or anything to close out? Ads as well.
Well, I'm looking forward to the rest of this series. If it's anything like this round, super action packed.
Yeah, for sure. My sentiments as well. It's been a lot of fun watching this. A lot of incidents to go back and be reviewed. I think, especially from that second race, but certainly great watching.
Yeah, and certainly again, these are the provisional results. Are penalties reviewed after the race, and they're applied position wise instead of time. So we'll see how that affects the standings in the long term, and we'll give you an update on the next round a week from now. So we'll be running at Autopolis, I believe, the short course, next Friday at this time. So feel free to tune in and subscribe and follow whatnot to catch the next race. And with that, thank you for watching.